Celebrating principals today on Y101. It's Adam and Allison, like the principal of your school.
Yeah.
That's like the hardest word I know how to spell effortlessly. Because I remember that the principal should be your pal. So, in honor of National Principals Day, why'd you get sent to the principal's office whenever you were in school, Allison?
A few times in middle school, I got sent because my skirt was shorter than where my fingertips landed on my thighs. But I always thought that was a dumb rule because I have long arms. It's not fair. It wasn't fair to all the girls who had short arms and wore these short skirts. Mine would be practically down to my knees, and that's just how long my arms are. It was not fair.
Yeah,
but I never won that argument.
And Sally, with her T-Rex arms or whatever, has her butt cheeks hanging out, and nobody's getting her in trouble.
So rude.
I got sent to the principal's office in 7th grade because I wanted to be on the school paper, okay? But I did not want to, write news stories. I wanted to be the editor. I wanted to write the opinion pieces. Actually, I didn't even want to edit anything. I just wanted to write my opinion on things.
Not how it works.
Well, it was how I got it to work. And so whenever I went to middle school, it was the first year in my school district where the 6th graders also went to middle school. So I went to 6th grade in elementary school. And then whenever I went to 7th grade, the 6th graders came with everybody. So we had school dances in middle school. And there was a big debate whether or not the 6th graders would be allowed to go to the school dances. And the school ended up saying, yeah, they can come. I thought that was unfair, and I decided to write an editorial piece about the whole thing.
And that got you sent to the principal's office?
The principal wanted it out of the paper altogether. I stood up to fight for myself and my freedom of speech and opinions, and I had to go to the principal's office and explain myself, and she explained why don't we just say, instead of not allowed, make it only 7th and 8th graders.
This is absolutely your villain origin story.
Yeah. No, that totally, 100% agree. Jesse, when did you get sent to the principal's office?
Well, a couple hundred times, I imagine, but I'll give you one of the best stories I had. So I was on a equipment crew with the band. So we maintained all equipment. So, not like the instruments, but, trailers, stuff like that, props. We built them because we were basically the woodshop class.
Uh-huh.
So we were taking care of a trailer, and we had to paint it. And I didn't know spray paint that much. Never spray painted a trailer before. So we were spray painting this trailer, and I wrote my name on it. My buddy wrote his name on it.
Oh, no.
Because we're spray painting the whole trailer black. We thought it would all blend in.
Uh-huh.
No, it didn't. And so we got called to the principal's office. Our names are on this trailer, and he's freaking out because our names are on this trailer. And the principal's like, well, y'all can do one of two things. You can call your mom, or you can take your licks, because that's when paddling was allowed. And I've been in the principal's office a ton of times. I was like, I'll take my licks.
Oh.
And my best friend was like, I'm going to call my mama.
Oh,
his mama and my mama were best friends. So I took my licks, and then his mama called my mama, and I still got in trouble with my mama.
Oh. You can't win, Jesse.
Jesse, thank you for the call. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Talking about why you got sent to the principal's office. I forgot about a time I was a freshman in high school. I got sent to the principal's office because on the bus, we had this bus driver who was a real jerk, Mr. Bob. Mr. Bob drove me nuts because he had this thing about kids putting their feet out in the aisle when the bus was moving. It's like, what's the big deal? Why do you care, Bob? What's it to you, Bob?
It's safety, Adam. He was just trying to keep you safe and didn't want you misbehaving.
Well, that's what I was doing. And I got called to the principal's office, and I just remember it being so funny because I could tell, the principal was so irritated that this bus driver wouldn't just shut up, but he knew, honestly, I was wrong. I was in the wrong, but it wasn't that big of a deal. It was a waste of the principal's time. He was just like, can you just put your foot out of the aisle? Could you just do that for me, please? So I don't have to deal with this anymore?
Could you just make my life a little easier? Do you realize how hard it is to deal with all you kids all the time?
I hate having to talk to Bob. He's worse than you kids. Anyway, Hans, why did you get sent to the principal's office in 6th grade?
I was close enough to the school where I walked to school every day.
Yeah.
And I was a pretty good student, but I had my moments. And one day I get to class, and my 6th grade math teacher is asking for homework. And, this is back in the late 60s. All right, so this is the time, when assassinations and hijackings and all that kind of stuff's going on. So I get to class, and teacher says, everybody turn the homework in. She's looking at all of them, and she's like, in school, I went by Chris. My middle name is Christian. And she said, Chris, where's your homework? And I'm like, Teach, you're not going to believe this. I was walking to school this morning. I made my homework into a paper airplane, and somebody hijacked it.
Oh, no.
Trip to the office, and Principal Holquist pulled out her paddle, which had holes in it, so there's no wind resistance.
How many swats?
10.
There you go, 10 swats. I wonder how many swats my foot in the aisle would have been worth if there were still swats whenever I was in high school.
At least 3.
Probably.
I think so.